Hello, I'm Archie Luxury and welcome to the program. Today I'd like to talk about getting into a entry-level dress watch. Now, a lot of people out there, they're huge fans of sports watches, and they've got a GMT or a Submariner or an Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon, and they want to make that transition to a really nice dress watch. Now, the best dress watch, of course, is something like a Patek Philippe Calatrava in gold. That's a very beautiful dress watch, but that's a bit of an expensive fucker. You're talking about 20,000 second hand, brand new about 30,000 for a Calatrava. So the question comes in: what's a good dress watch to get? If you've already got a few sports watches, say by Rolex and Omega, and you want to just move it up a notch. And I think it's very important to point out that one of the great things about a dress watch is it's very important that you go for a watch which has a better grade type movement. And with a Rolex, of course, they're very utilitarian. So the movements are steel, long-lasting, but when you're moving into a dress watch, you want to get some more, you want to move up a bit as far as the finish on the movement goes. And one of the greatest watches, I think, is a Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso. However, a Reverso is still a big step from having traditional sports watches. So I'd have to say one piece which I really do love is the Jaeger-LeCoultre Master Control series, which is a circular type watch, and it's like a really cool way to get an entry-level type of dress watch and still be taken seriously by true aficionados and collectors. And there's a fantastic piece that Brisbane Vintage Watches had, and it was about the just under the 7,000 mark, and it used Jaeger's Caliber 925 movement, which is a fairly thin movement, and it was quite a beautiful piece. It's steel, so it has a lot more durability than, say, a precious metal watch, but it's moving in the more dress circles because it was on a leather strap, it had a deployment clasp, and it had a very interesting complication because what it had was, it had the hours, minutes and seconds, center seconds, but at the sixth position it had a beautiful date wheel with a moon phase, so it's kind of a very interesting looking type piece, and it's certainly quite a formal type piece with that moon phase function there, and the money, that's 6,000 to 7,000. That's not bad for a really high quality dress watch, and Jaeger-LeCoultre is such a brand that you're starting to get a really serious high quality type brand. It's having the horology, it's having the in-house movement, and it's still got many attributes that you would attribute to a sports watch. It's steel, it's more flamboyant and sporty than, say, a traditional piece like a Patek. And the other good thing about Jaeger-LeCoultre is it's exceptionally good value for money, because we can't all just drop $30,000 at the drop of a hat. So it's got some really good things going for it. It's still circular. I think myself, if you've acquired a Master Control, your next step to more dressy, you could go for a Reverso, which obviously is the rectangular type case, which is just taking it a little bit more dressy yet again. But the Master Control series by Jaeger-LeCoultre is certainly a piece which I think is worth considering and worth looking at. And they do have some very interesting, they have some more complicated pieces which have power reserve, they have some really nice complications on them, or you can go for a simple 3-hand piece, which is simply hours, minutes, seconds. So there's quite a lot of range there. Obviously, the more complicated, the more expensive, but there's a piece which you can move into the more dressier type watches. I'm Archie Luxury. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Tell me what you think. See you later.